and that is, what's the best way to protect passwords?
Oh man, this one's really tough. But for us, we really had to take this in-house and say that it is Flatter Inc.'s responsibility that our entire enterprise has strong passwords. You know, in the past, I think we could get away with, use strong password, have password policies, but now we're actually enforcing it. So we use one of the password services. That's another thing I think we need to talk about is trusting your vendors and having good vendors. But you want to make sure that any cloud services provider you're using has some sort of security accreditation, like a SOC certification or something like that. Because anything you're subscribing to online is a risk as well. So if you start Googling cybersecurity, you're going to get a lot of dangerous stuff. So talk to your friends, talk to Robert, talk to Jeff, call me. We'll try to link you with good vendors. But a password security tool is something I would recommend, and then actually enforcing the use. So it's easy to buy something, but you actually have to train people. You have to make sure they're using it. You have to make sure they also don't have an Excel sheet with their passwords on it. So Chris over here, my IT manager, gets pings all the time on his back end in the Microsoft 365 about people who are breaking policies, and he actually has to follow up on those things and make sure that people delete the Excel sheets with their passwords in them, etc. So it takes a lot of work, and like everyone I think will tell you, you can spend infinite money in pursuing these things, so you just have to kind of set a target and manage the risk as best you can.
I would definitely agree related to passwords is putting a password tool in place for your organization. There are good quality tools that are out there. VRE, we implemented an enterprise-wide password tool. Some of the benefits of having password tools is, you're going to set that system up so that you have a master password to log into that system. A lot of us that work in the cybersecurity realm carry Macs, so we have fingerprint passwords. I think a lot of our Windows machines, we're actually migrating everything over to the Microsoft Surface hardware now for all of our users. Kind of purpose built, like the Apple and the Macs were purpose built for hardware and software together. But you have password authentication to get into the machine. You've got biometrics that can be used. Then turn on multi-factor authentication associated with your password tool. So if I go log into my password tool right now from this phone, I'm going to get actually an authentication to my other phone, so that way if somebody steals my phone, they're not going to have my authentication right then and there. But go through and set that up. The other benefit of that is once you have a password application in place across your enterprise or across your business, it also has a security challenge built into it. You may have seen it inside of, I'm not as familiar with the Android because I switched to Apple years ago. But on the Apple tool, you can go through your password tool inside of there in your iPhone, and it'll run a health check on your passwords. Go through and run that. Don't just run it for yourself. Don't just run it, for the people within your family. Talk to your parents, especially those of us that have parents that are older, because they didn't grow up with passwords all the time. Okay, help them understand that. But I think that tracking passwords, putting them inside of a password tool, I just can't stress enough. I probably personally have upwards of 500 passwords that I maintain between work and business. Some of the tools, like for instance, one tool is called Lastpass. With Lastpass, you're able to use that corporately, and you can also provide, because of your corporate enterprise license, you can provide that same Lastpass software to every one of your family members as well, 5, 6, something like that. But so those tools are available. So don't just do it for yourself and within your organization. Also push it out to your families. I spend a lot of time talking to the folks at VRE about working with their families, about working with their machines at home, because if their machines at home are more secure and their social profiles are more secure, then they're more secure all the way around to me in supporting their work machine.